right, Lyric.
Good
Let's,
morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. I see so many beautiful people and beautiful faces in the room. Good morning. My name is Lyric Elise. I am on the South Fulton and Film Committee. We have an amazing group today, and we have a great topic that we're going to be talking about today on the call. First, I want to thank and introduce Kathy Booker, as well as Sheila Mance and Michelle Smith. They are all on, and I want to make sure that they get an opportunity, to introduce themselves. Kathy, do you mind just briefly introducing yourself? Kathy Booker is the CEO of the South Fulton Chamber.
Hey, Lyric, thank you so much. No, I don't mind at all. I just want to just say quickly, welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day today to join us for our AI versus human creativity virtual forum. I know it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited to hear all the speakers that have been chosen and accepted to be here with us on today. So you guys get ready to just have a great time. All right. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate you. Sheila, did you want to do a brief introduction?
I'm Sheila Mance, and I'm over the Film and Entertainment Committee for the Greater South Fulton Chamber, and would just like to thank you guys for participating and thank all of the panelists for sharing your expertise with us. And pretty much that's it. You'll hear from our VP at the end of the event.
All right, thank you so much, Sheila. I appreciate you. All right, we are going to get into this forum. I also want to recognize our committee that's online right now. I see Greg is in the room. I see who else? I'm trying to see everybody. Michelle, as I said in the beginning, she's in here. So we have, yeah, who is it? Mike, yes. Mike is here. I'm trying to find the view where I can see everybody.
Mhm.
So we have Mike, we have Michelle, we have Sheila, we have Greg,
Tatiana.
and Tatiana is on. I think somebody is coming in. Okay.
Got you.
All right. So I apologize if I missed anyone from the committee that is online. Please excuse me. I can't see everyone. I'm trying to move to that screen. But without further ado, you all, we have an amazing panel today. We have three content creators on the line today. I'm going to start with Snap. Snap is a music video director and editor, a singer, songwriter, producer, actor, content creator, media personality. He has been in the business for over 10 years. We have Paul. He's an educator, animator, and a creative technologist who uses animation to teach and inspire children. Then last but not least, we have Omar Soto. He is a content creator. He is a DP, director of cinematography. He is a director, an editor, and a um, content creator, if I didn't say that. But Omar has done he's known for When Worlds Collide, Mad City, and he is in post-production on Cutting Ties. Hello, hello. Thank you
Hey,
guys.
hey guys.
So we're going to get into you guys allowing you to expand on your bio for a brief second. Snap, can we start with you?
Yeah, hola mi gente. Yes, your boy Ariel Lopez, aka the Snapback God. I represent Square Globe Studios. I've been in this business since I stepped foot on the USA soil at 6 years old. I came from Venezuela with my parents. And the first time I came to the United States, I ended up on a Charles Bronson movie. And from then on, I knew entertainment was going to be what I did. I've been from high school plays to different types of TV shows and movies. I've been on every type of reality show you can imagine, court shows, you name it. Then I got into directing and editing and photography. I used to put all the vixens on like Hip Hop Weekly magazine and Source and everything. You know, Atlanta, we're big on the strip club culture, so I knew that men like women like women, and children like women. So you know, I put women on the pedestal, and thanks to women, I was able to move on up in the ranks in Atlanta. Then I got into music videos and I started shooting music videos with acts like Lotto, 21 Savage, Migos, Young Jeezy, you name it. Everybody from the South, I kind of popped their cherry into the music video world, into stardom. I've been able to do a lot of cool things as a host. Through with Deborah Anthony, where she had B100 Radio, an independent radio station, or World Star Hip Hop. I've been viral several times. I'm one of the people that are very optimistic, and no matter what industry that I go at, I go in like LeBron James, kicking the door and just let my presence be known. AI has changed my life. When I tell you, these past 6 months have turned into almost has tripled what I've done in my 20-year career span. In 6 months, because of AI, I've been able to triple what I've done in a 20-year span. And that speaks volumes.
Awesome, awesome, amazing. Thank you so much, Snap. And we're gonna dive a little bit more into that a little later. Omar.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me today. So, a little bit about myself. I am a two-time Emmy Award-winning filmmaker based here in Atlanta. I've done multiple films, feature films in different streaming networks. I've done Spanish content, English content, and currently I am a Adobe partner and also an Adobe Premiere partner and an InVideo IO, which is an AI company creator partner as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Omar. Paul.
Hey, everybody. My name is Paul Gordine. So I guess a little bit about me. I've done some acting. I'm presently a part of a running play that travels from city to city. It's called Justice on Trial. I play the role of Medgar Evers. I used to host the TBN, the local TBN station in Montgomery, Alabama for 5.5 years. And so I've recently, in the last 3 years, have gotten into the AI animation design and also building apps. I'm owner of a company called From Dreams to Strategies, where we take the content of individuals and we utilize AI to move their dream into a tangible product that they can utilize and walk them through all of the stages. I'm presently working on a project called Creative Spark Studios, and it specializes in helping autistic kids learn SEL and at the same time understand, using a character that I designed, how to make better choices and interact with the community. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share how AI is impacting. I'm excited at the opportunity to maybe show a sample of what I've done, and just to hear your questions, and hear your questions.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. Okay, so let's get into the question. How has I think we'll start with Omar. How has AI changed the landscape of how you do business in the film and entertainment industry?
Um, it's a question that it's gonna take me a little bit of time to give you a right answer because it can change throughout. How AI is changing, my answer might change. But currently, it's been a time saver for me to do a lot of tasks. But I still want to prioritize traditional filmmaking. Um, I see AI like a tool, not a replacement. A lot of people are seeing it as a replacement. So right now with this new wave, you just got to take advantage and use it as a tool. By the end of the day, you are the creator. It's just another medium. So I'm using AI as another medium to create my content.
Okay. Snap, can you expound a little bit on that? Because I believe that I think there's a consensus that with AI, you lose your creativity. And I love what Omar just said, is that it is a tool, but you still have to train the tool and you still have to do something in order for it to give you back what you're looking for.
Yes.
Correct.
So when I
Go ahead.
think of the word AI, the first thing that comes to my mind is imagination. Things that are in your brain that you sometimes can't get other things to do to create for you, right? So, me being in Atlanta, I done filmed so many scenes in the same spots over and over and over. I done been to the bridge. I done been to the waterfall. I done been in the hood. I done been in the park. We done did it too many times. After years, you start running out of locations. You start running out of angles, right? You need city permits. You need this. You can't shoot in the hotel. Sorry, you can't shoot in the hotel. So you can't do this. You can't do that, right? With the AI now, I could build my own hotel. With
Mm.
the I can build my own world. You know what I'm saying? But it's all in my imagination, right? Because you could give somebody the same tool, right? That's seasoned, and then somebody that's an amateur or a customer the tool, our work is going to look totally different because me, I'm a professional. The other person is a user, like just a friendly user just coming in the game. And our imagination, because I already have a skill set of how to film. I know what type of lens I want. I know what type of angle I want. When you're prompting in the AI, you're telling it, "Hey, I want an ultra realistic HD look, and I want to use this type of lens, and I want the angle to come from a mid shot to boom, zoom in, tap out." You're doing all of those things where somebody normal, they wouldn't know that just yet. They're doing the generic versions of their imagination, which is nothing wrong with that. But now with this tool, it's like your imagination can run wild.
Absolutely. Paul, what about you in the world of animation?
Well, so I guess I want to speak to both filmmaking and animation, because he said what he said was right about training your AI. One of the benefits of having AI is the fact that once you've trained it, it will ask you questions while you're in the middle of creation. So I've used Adobe Premiere, I've used Canva, I've used a whole source of other resources, and it is based off of your creativity. But when you train your AI correct and you present it something, it will give you the opportunity to morph and adjust. It will give you the opportunity to add or retract, and it will allow you to set it to the tone that you desire. And I think as a tool, it's invaluable because if you are a high performing person, it triples your ability to perform at a higher level and faster. And it all rests in timing. Everything rests in timing. You can have a great idea and hit it at the wrong time and everything fail, or you can have a great idea and hit it at the right time and everything explodes for you. So AI allows you to capitalize on hitting things at the right time. It does a world of research for you that would have consumed a lot of your time, and it allows you to make better decisions with more information right in front of you to improve the product that you're trying to share with the world.
Thank you. I appreciate that, guys, because I do know that Brandon Jackson shot a movie, a vertical series, and he shot it, but they edited with a lot of AI. And so I know he's a proponent in talking about utilizing AI as a tool and not necessarily replacing AI with actors, but using it as a tool to enhance movies. I want to talk to Omar and Snap. Have you all used AI yet to edit movies that you have shot?
So for me, not edit a whole movie. I would, for social media content for clients, that is quick deliverables. I do use AI for that. To speed up my workflow. I have used AI to edit a podcast episodes, so the AI will recognize who's speaking, and we just automatically cut in. So I'll use AI plugins into Adobe Premiere. But as a feature film, I'm still doing the traditional way. I'm just editing. Maybe I have used generative AI to, let's say, a siding on the wall is broken and I have to replace like a window. I have used AI for that, but not necessarily to do the whole editing of the film. I think that's something that I'm gonna be very jealous with. I don't want the AI, like I want to really have full control of that. I can use it as a tool, but not a replacement.
Yeah, yes, I totally been using the AI to do film. I just did something for Jazzy Faye and Javon Dewan that premiered at the movie theater over at the Battery Park. And I'm telling you, I had these guys skydiving. I had them going into gun battle scenes, being chased in Los Angeles, jumping over the bridge on motorcycles. I had horses and cows and they're in the farm and the secret mafia is coming after them, and then I turned them into like the Avengers. I used like things that you would see in Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and I mean action packed. You're sitting on the edge of your seat. You can't tell. Like mine's, you cannot tell. Like people were like, "Damn, they really did that." And like, yeah, they really did it. Because I don't tell people that. You let people's imaginations run wild. The same way that they filmed the X-Men and they filmed Superman. You don't ask, "Oh, the guy was really flying in the sky." No, they use the technology and it's all evolution. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like, oh, I want to still keep the essence of the art. No, it's evolution. I'm gonna tell you something right now. When it comes like for me, all right, I was I joined Instagram in 2010, right? I had a couple of viral moments on Instagram. From 2010 to 2025, I was only able to get to 23,000 followers, and I was stuck at 23,000 followers from 2020 to 2025. As soon as I started creating AI content, my page December 14th went from 23,000 followers to now I'm at 110,000 followers right now. Do you know how much that multiplied from December 14th to now? And then not only did the followers go up, the views, my I went from getting maybe 1,000 views and such like that. I went from December till now, 80 million views on IG. I started monetizing through YouTube Shorts. Now I'm getting $1,500 checks a month from YouTube from just posting AI content of myself doing little silly viral things.
And that's a great segment for what we were about to go into next. I want people to understand and realize that there is there's an opportunity that a lot of people would not have had if it were not for the introduction of AI. right? I think with even with music, there are a lot of great writers who don't know how to make up a beat or who can't sing, but they know how to write and arrange. So they can
Mhm.
write it and then have AI do the rest, right? And these people are now able to put their music out and make money. Um, the same as for how Snap just said in terms of um, content creation. That this is the world that we're living in now. We are living in a world where social media rules everything. It rules businesses. It rules how people move on a day-to-day basis. So can you guys talk a little bit about um, Paul, Omar, and Snap about the different avenues, doors that are opening now for people to make money using AI. And I would like to start with Paul.
Sure. So one of the ways I make money is I actually build apps for people. I build interactive apps, build apps workable issues. And I've been able to generate $2,000 a month from the different apps that I built in order to be able to assist people answering a problem. Like I said, the Creator Spark Studios application is literally designed to help autistic kids. It has a cartoon. I created a cartoon character, animated him, and put him on the journey. And in this journey, when you see the intro of it, it's literally a dinosaur flying in the sky. He's coming down the land, and he tells a story. And once you enter the actual story, he walks you through saving his friends with you as the person that has come alongside of him. And the child doesn't realize that they are learning while they are helping Sparky free their friends from the grave. And so utilizing tools like that have allowed me to not only multiply my income, but also assist people who desire to either do something, see something, or say something in a creative way. We do animated flyers where people are walking inside of the flyers and talking and speaking. We've done programs, a program I've been in called Visual Proof, where it literally walks through film and TV, and it will identify either misspelled words or images, and it will extract it, make the correction, and reinsert it back into the actual software without having to go to a Premiere or something else to actually have it do it. And so those opportunities came from AI. With visual proof, I was working with ChatGPT trying to create an image, and it could never spell it. And so I was like, "Yo, why can't you correct this on the image I designed?" And it was like, "Well, I can't read it." And so I went to different software sets and built visual proof to be able to plug back in and read it in real time to be able to
So,
solve that problem. So the
okay, so it
opportunity
sounds
is
like
there.
you're saying for you, AI has opened doors in terms of assisting you in building apps because a lot
Yes.
of people don't know how to code. So that's amazing. Omar.
So for me, the how do I make income with AI? I have two main sources of income with the AI. The main one is that I actually work with an AI company, NVIDIA IO. So I have a partnership with them that I create videos on teaching people how to use AI for video and film and using their agents. But our main goal in this company to create all this content, that you can create your own films, your own action and heroes, or all this good stuff, is at the end of the day you have control. It's not a replacement; it's just a tool to become more efficient. Basically you're a director with a AI film crew. So that's kind of like the idea that we push. So that's when I have a great income with them. And as for my personal side through my business, I use it as a tool. Like like I said or I mentioned earlier, if I have to fix a scene, if I have to create something, if I have to maybe I shot a building and I want to make it look like it's on fire. That's by the end of the day, it's a tool. I'm still the creator. I'm still have have to use this my mind in order to just tell it what to do. It's not just, oh, I'm just gonna make something to make something cool.
So are you using
So
it?
those are my
Oh,
main.
I'm sorry. So we're
No,
um
go ahead,
so
go ahead.
you're using it because I want people to be able to understand we're talking about careers that may be open from using AI, right? So people are doing
Hmm.
I think you mentioned you're working with Adobe
Yes,
and you're working with InVideo, right?
correct. Yes,
Using AI. So that's income, that's revenue. And I think just conversations that you and I have had, you're also using AI to assist with content creation, and that is also generating revenue. You have
correct.
YouTube, you have IG, TikTok, all of those different apps. You're able to use AI in those tools in order to make money. And Snap, now we're going to you. You mentioned that a little earlier
Yeah.
that you are now receiving checks, right?
And I want to even dive deeper. I want to dive. Listen, y'all. So you understand a little bit about me. I grew up in New York City. I am a hustler's hustler. When I was 9 years old, my dad gave me a Polaroid camera, and I used to go around Times Square taking pictures of people with the Polaroid for $5. Bum, 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 bum. When CD burners came out, I was making mixtapes with the CD burners and selling bootlegs to the bootleggers because I knew how to use Napster and LimeWire and all of that. DVDs came out, I started my own blockbuster where I was getting the movies, dubbing them in Spanish, and providing a rental service called Gaspar Jr. Videos. It was like a nickname for my dad, me and my dad, and we was renting out the DVDs to our Spanish community that couldn't get the movies in Spanish. Boom. So every time some new technology came out, I used it to my advantage to make money, you know? So AI starts happening. And I'm a music artist, right? And I see this artist from Mississippi get a $3 million check from Sony for her AI artist, Zania Monet. So I
Mm-hmm.
go check out the Zania Monet, and she's singing these R&B songs like she's sounding like Beyonce, and she's at the head of the top of the charts of R&B. Now she's getting pushback from real artists. Oh, it's not fair, man. We were sleeping on the floor. We did all of this. But me, I come from music. I also come from being in the studio or whatever. But hey, man, each his own. You got to take advantage. So you can't be crying and pouting because a new technology came out. Go learn how it's going to change your life. So what did I do? I went and looked up the app that she was using, which is called Suno, right? Now, you can use it for free, but if you use it for free, you're going to get the generic AI type of robotic. You could tell it's AI. You got to pay for the membership. You pay for the membership. Now you're going to get a higher grade AI, right? So listen, I'm a rapper, freestyle rapper, been doing hip hop all my life, right? Now, if you know, now for those people that say, "Oh man, music, you're taking from the essence," and so, well, if you like hip hop, you know that hip hop comes from sampling. And sampling is taking other people's music and turning it into a beat. So that's already a form of AI in itself, right there, because you're taking somebody else's music and and modernizing it and doing whatever, scratching it up or whatever to turn it into, into the next product, right? So, um, I start I start doing music right with the Suno. I paid my $10 a month, and I'm creating some stuff that I wasn't able to create before because me, I'm not a musician, but I'm an artist and I'm a lyricist and I'm a rapper and I'm a writer. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna put myself in the box that I've always been and just doing hip hop. I want to do country music. So I came out with I swear to God, if you go listen to Spotify right now and go listen to my country album, you thought I was freaking Garth Brooks. All right. Then I said, you know what? I'm not going to stop there. I want to do a heavy metal album. So I went and wrote I went and listened to some heavy metal artists, and I started writing music like then. Then I said, you know what? I don't want to stop there. I want to do a house album, and I want to do a reggaeton album, and I want to do. So I said, you know what? I want to be the first person that does albums in every single popular genre there is, right? And I would have never had that tool because me being growing up in the hood, would never meet a country band that could create country music for me, or I would never be able to meet a heavy metal band. How would I look like going into a heavy metal bar and say, "Hey guys, will you give me a chance to write some music for y'all?" They're gonna look at me and be like, "What do you know about heavy metal?" And that's
Well,
the other
Snap,
thing.
you keep assisting us in segueing our into
Oh,
the
I'm
next
sorry.
topic.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
no,
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 okay,
no.
okay.
No, this is good. No,
But
it's
no,
good
because there's
because
so much.
your answers are, go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, but back to the money part, right? Back to the
Yes.
back to the money part. Okay, so from the music side, I said, you know what? All of these stores play music in their stores. Wouldn't it be cool if I started creating songs about the store that they could play? So I would go into the stores. Let's say Cool Runnings Jamaican restaurant, and I will create a tune, Jamaican, beef patties in the rice cake, ginger beer, right? And I'll say, hey man, I made y'all a song. Y'all can have it for $500. Then I go to the next one. Just like how in the radio they play those 411 pain songs, every company wants a jingle. So now I'm making money doing jingles for people. Then I said, oh, Sora came out. I said, okay. I told my buddy, send me a picture of your product. He had a herbal tea type of thing. Sent me the picture. Now I made him a 15-second commercial that looks like a Super Bowl commercial. Now I'm making money making 15-second commercials for these people off of Sora, a free app. All I did was pay $10 a month to remove the watermark. So you didn't know that it was from Sora, right? Then, then I had a yes. I swear to God, yesterday, one of my clients, he has a radio station, a gospel radio station in South Carolina. He said, "Hey, do you know how to make apps?" I don't say no to nothing. I know there's an app called Riplet that Shaq just invested in, and you can create your own app, whatever it is, through this AI app thing. So I said, yeah, I can make you an app. Send me $300 right now. I paid $20 to make it to create the app. I swear to God, in less than 5 minutes, I had his app running. Not yet on Apple because it takes a couple of days for Apple to verify, but I had him the proof that the app was made, playing his music with his pictures, with his video section, everything that it would have took me a couple of weeks to do on what's the one that WordPress or what's the other
Yes.
what's the other
Wix.
yeah,
Yes.
those ones that you create yourself, websites or whatever.
Mhm.
I got to skip all that tedious coding, and I was able to create this guy's app in less than 5 minutes.
Hey, you
Wow.
can push it out on Netafly, Versalis, and skip Apple, and it'll do the same thing.
Netafly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna that is the fourth part. We're gonna be giving away gems.
I'm
That's why
sorry.
I wanted so many. No, that's okay.
Hey, that
You
was fly,
have an
man. That was fly.
opportunity to say it again because I know it's super exciting. I don't know if you guys are like this, but I absolutely love, and I think Snap and Omar, I talk to you guys quite a bit, so you know I love when I learn something, I'm like, ooh, and guess what? You can do this. And guess what? I know about this platform. Omar does that to me too. So, um,
Yeah, I
yeah.
want to tell the panel. Do you know how much it costs? All right. If you want to get your movies on like Netflix or whatever, and you want to compete with the big boys, right? Go look up how much an Ari fully fully, how much an Ari costs, an Ari camera or a Red Cam fully rigged up. Go find out how much that costs, right?
It's over $50,000.
All right. Cool, cool,
Yes.
cool. So I can tell my AI to create the same scene and and spend 0.2% of what you're paying for that damn red. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people don't understand too, because I know I have a lot of my friends who are in film and entertainment online today. And I believe that I just did it for a proof of concept. It can be difficult sometimes, and Omar knows this because Omar, we just finished my film last year. But it can be difficult trying to sell your idea to someone who hasn't seen it. It's different
Yeah.
to see
Proof
a
of concept.
visual, and that's why typically people will shoot a trailer for a concept
A
that they
proof of
have.
concept.
They'll say,
Yeah.
hey, let's go out and shoot the
Yep.
trailer so that we can put it with the pitch deck, and then we'll try to get investors. With AI, that trailer is going to cost you, Omar, Snap, Paul, around 20, 30 grand just to do a 5, 10 minute trailer. But you can take AI, render your video, your 10 minute, 5, 10 minute trailer, whatever, and spend a fraction of that. You know,
Yeah.
you might spend $300, $500 on it, and then you can take it and go and get an investor who will invest in your real project.
Right. Let me say one more thing before we get into the next topic, right? All right, listen. A lot of the times my clients, they're on a shoestring budget, right? And they want to invite their friends to come be extras or actors in their music videos. I say don't rely on your friends because your friends are gonna have excuses. And sure enough, the video day comes and none of their friends show up. With AI, you ain't gotta worry about your friends letting you down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And with AI, you ain't gotta worry about somebody being late because of traffic. You ain't gotta worry about your artist not showing up to the studio because they were high on coke. You ain't gotta worry about somebody being pregnant and now we gotta stop for 9 months because they're pregnant. You ain't gotta worry about there's so many things that you don't have to worry about from the human element because AI will do whatever you want it to do exactly when you wanted to do it, when you wanted to do it, without hearing no excuses.
Yep. So let's move into
Let
ethics.
me
Oh, go
add.
ahead, Omar. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, you're gonna go into ethics? Let's jump into that.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
let me
So I
can I add
wanna
on what
I
he
wanna
just
talk
said?
about
Can I add
I
on to
wanna
what he
talk
just said?
about the oh, I'm sorry.
Can I add on to what he just said?
Yes.
As it relates like there's certain programs you can use like Kling and Mig Journey that will allow you to plug in extra characters into your shot. And so you can literally create your own group of people when you're running a video, whether it be a movie set or whether it be a music video or play. You can add those people in, and as long as you understand the prompting, you can make each individual do something different at the same time. Like even running the trailer, like you can use Hey Jen, and Hey Jen will run your trailer with full B footage and everything in it, and package it in such a way that when you look at it, you can't tell where it came from. So it's just a matter of understanding the tools, how to tie them in so that it gives you what you imagined in your heart that people can see and appreciate when they look at it.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Paul, for that. So for our next topic, because I want to make sure that we also have enough time for Q&A from everyone. The next topic is really, really important, right? Oprah has a new podcast out about it. Everyone's talking about it. I watched an interview with Demi Moore, who is all for AI, and she has the sentiment as you all have in terms of it's here, embrace it, learn it. What I want to talk about is the ethics, because I'm on my second class from those of you that don't know, I talk to these guys because I've been taking a lot of AI classes and learning how to do video, and I have just been in a position to receive orders from people who want music videos and that kind of thing from seeing my work. But in the class that I'm taking, they always have an ethics piece and how you should conduct yourself if you're doing AI. And I want you guys to chime in on it. So whenever I put out anything, typically they say you should, under whatever you're doing on social media, on YouTube, under there, put this is AI content. So I do it on IG, I do it on YouTube, wherever I'm placing this information. And so I do that because I think we are running into a situation where AI is becoming more real every single day. It is hard sometimes. I can look at videos and I don't know whether or not it's real or it's AI. And so I think sometimes people appreciate if you put it in the caption. What are your feelings on that about the ethics?
Wait. Lyric, wait a
Luego
minute.
termina.
Why would you want to do that when so you mean to tell me if you're watching a horror movie, be like, hey, this you're gonna have a thing on the bottom saying, hey, listen, that guy's not really Satan. He's just an actor playing Satan. You're gonna have it's all about your imagination. Why ruin your imagination? Now, if you think somebody flying in the air is really flying in the air, I mean, you have some several issues. You don't have to put down, hey, this is it's all entertainment. We're here for entertainment. Do you think the WWF puts, hey, all these wrestling moves were rehearsed? No, it's in your imagination. If you want to believe WWF is real or not, that's on you. That's your fandom. You know what I'm saying? I don't, in every book that we know that there's
So hold on. So what if
autobiographies.
somebody? Hey, Eric, let me cut you
Yeah.
off. So what if somebody does a realistic AI saying Trump is about to nuke, and then just do it like the whole nuking thing, and we fake a whole attack in World War III, and people are believing it, and it's
Oh,
AI. Next thing you
okay.
know, you have the whole world freaking out. So
So
there is risk on that.
there's a difference between you trying to put out a viral real clip and you doing something for a movie or a music video or
But we're
there's
talking
so
AI. It could be everything. It could be everything.
no, but I'm saying is that now Instagram and YouTube have detectors when you're trying to like political stuff like that. Yeah, I get it, right? They have this is not a real video. This is an AI video, right? But I don't think Lyric is coming up with content nuking Saudi Arabia.
No, I guess what we're talking about is if just coming up with a standard of ethics just across the board, whether or not it's political or entertainment purposes, just having the I guess for example, when music had to start putting what is that, explicit whatever
Lyrics, yeah.
on the yes, just to protect, a certain audience, to protect our young people. And I think that's where Omar was coming from in terms of just protecting your audience, just in case, because someone who is doing AI and in the political arena, they may not necessarily put this is AI content because now we don't have a standard of ethics. And so we have people just doing whatever they want or posting whatever they want.
I mean,
So I think that's why people have the issue with AI being scary, because there seems to be um there's no parameters around
yeah.
what is acceptable and what isn't.
Uh, that's life in general. There's always going to be a yin and a yang. The internet was supposedly be created for information. Then there's all types of dark webs out there, all types of things that you shouldn't be looking at in the internet. You know what I mean? So that's gonna happen regardless of what comes out. Stealing cable, burning CDs. I mean, there's always a good and a bad to every single thing in life. That's life, you know. You
So
you just have be able to be able to train your brain to know, hey man, this is for entertainment. This is entertainment. Now, if you want to take it to a whole nother level where you're trying to make something seem real, like an attack is happening in downtown Atlanta, man, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it
but I
happens.
feel
It
so
happens.
I think it's in my personal opinion, I think that as creatives, we have a social responsibility to the people that watch our content, because we don't know what age group is going to be watching the content. Um, and while at times it can be inconvenient, it's necessary for us to develop a safe space for all types of content to be shared, while at the same time prepare for the wolves that are lurking, people that will take advantage of unsuspecting people, to do them harm. There's not a real police
Th-
force in the AI realm right now. And so them asking to provide just a tab that says, hey, parts of this or some of this was had AI involvement, is their way of saying, helping people to understand the parameters of what's reality versus, what's not per se reality. I don't disagree with anyone with their sharing, but I do understand that we have to create the boundary lines,
okay.
so that as people come in and participate, whether they are utilizing it or consuming it, um, we've done our part of at least saying, hey, some of this, is created this way, while others of this was created that way.
Okay. Paul, let me ask you something real quick,
Sure.
guys. Um, do you believe everything they taught us in school? Or did you go do your research beyond what they wrote in the textbook or wrote in the Bible or things that you see on Google? I mean, are you one of them type of people that just you see something, you straight up believe it and don't ask any questions?
No, but
Or do you go and
Well,
do some research?
I am somebody who understands the value. I understand when you're looking at a stoplight, there are three lights. It's
Hmm.
green, yellow, and red.
Right,
And yellow doesn't mean speed up.
right,
Yellow means slow down. But
right. So,
you have a lot of people in Atlanta, when they see yellow, they speed up to beat the red light, failing to
mhm.
realize that the camera's still gonna snap you before you get out of the red light, before
but
you get the yellow light.
but
and so
listen.
I
So
think, and
if you read,
what
if
I
you
was
read,
going to say,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
because I don't, there's this topic is so we're all so passionate about it, right? Because we are creatives, and AI has given us an opportunity to do things that we've never been able to do before. And we want to put our creation out there for everyone to see and to admire. And I understand sometimes, because I was that way, I went, oh no, if I put this out, people are going to say, oh, that's AI. She didn't do any of it. All she had to do was put in a prompt and it gave her something. But as we talked about earlier, and Omar mentioned, is that you still have to train it. You still have to have a creative mind. Snap said you still have to have an imagination, which you do, in order to not just use the tool as a basic user, but for something to come out that is amazing, right?
Oh,
And then
um,
I think we all can agree that there does need to be some type of parameters around it so that um,
There's
it
no harm.
doesn't
You can
get
to protect
it
the
doesn't to
population.
protect people in general, so that it doesn't get dangerous. We're not talking about the entertainment parts of it. because the entertainment side, funny, entertaining, commercials, all of that is wonderful. But I know that I just saw, I think it was Oprah's podcast, but there was a young man who was chatting with a chat box. And ultimately, he lost his life because it was feeding him information
Mm-hmm.
about he was not loved by his mom or his family. And he was talking to it and it was talking back to him. So I just think there are so many people that are out there that are afraid of AI because I do believe we have to admit there are pros and there are cons to it. So while we were talking about all the great things that AI has done, um, AI is and can be dangerous. And so I think that as we move, because it is changing very rapidly, our lives are changing very rapidly. Um, I think as we move into the future, there will become some policies, procedures, and constraints in place to help protect those that need to be protected from some of the information. So, with that said, we have roughly about
Um,
maybe,
Lyric, I have to jump off real quick. I want to
yes,
real quick end it with the closing statement
yeah.
before I jump off. And I apologize. So I take it like this: how many hamburger chains McDonald's are there? And you can just get a quick hamburger. That can be that. Imagine that's AI. You can just, go and get a quick fix, cheap burger. You don't need a whole chef to make you a good burger, a basic burger. And then you have a professional Michelin star winning chef who's gonna make the real beef and all that, and you're gonna pay for that premium. That's how my comparison. You can use AI as a quick fix, and it's just like another hamburger McDonald's drive-through, or you want to pay the premium,
No,
and
no,
you
no,
pay the
no,
chef, and
no,
you live that
no.
experience.
Mm-mm.
And that's how I see it. And you might disagree with that,
No, no, I
Ariel,
told
but
because
like
what if you
as
have
a
a
filmmaker,
Michelin?
and I
What if you
spent
have a Michelin chef that uses the
Okay,
AI?
okay, hold on one second, Snap.
Mm-mm.
Let's be respectful and let's make sure we give
Mm-mm.
everybody an
No.
opportunity to speak. So
and then
Omar,
I give it to you like this also, so I can wrap it up and get out of here. Um, I'm also I invested so many hours and time and so passionate about it just so I can be replaced and
You're not being
whatever you're
replaced.
doing. And whatever you're doing, I can do it too. And then your clients say, I don't want to pay $500. I can do it myself. I don't
They
need to pay
can't.
him.
They
So
can't do
it's
what you do, my brother, because you're the Michelin chef.
exactly, and that's why I
You
still
you
want
have
to
you have to
stick with the traditional.
so I
the
want to
same way
ask
you went from.
hold on one second, Snap, before Omar gets off. I want to ask, since Omar, you won't be on, what tools, what AI tools do you use to make your content?
I use NVIDIA as because since I'm a partner with them, I have all the NVIDIA assets. And like I said, it depends on the project and it depends on what I need it for. When it's something like a film that it's I want to put in the time, the effort as a masterpiece, I'm not gonna rely 100% on AI. I still want to use traditional methods. Like I said, AI for me is just a medium. And now if it's quick, something on social media be done and it's a quick turnaround and people just consume and be done with it and forget about it, I'm going to use AI every day. Because I'm not going to spend 40 hours on working on something that they're just going to consume in 20 seconds and just forget about it tomorrow. So it all depends on how you use it.
Okay. So please tell everybody how they can reach you, follow you, Omar.
Yes, you guys can follow me at Lilo Films, and feel free to shoot me a DM. And I'm always teaching AI tools, filmmaking tools, and I'll be there.
Can you put it in the chat,
Thank you,
Omar?
Lyric.
Can you put it in the chat?
Yes.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you
yes,
so
yes, yes.
much, Omar, for
Thank you so
coming
much.
on today. I really appreciate you. I love your work. As you know, I really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know if anybody had If anybody has any questions for Omar, excuse me, you can put them in the chat, or he's going to put his information in the chat for you all to reach out to him.
Yeah,
Thank you so
listen,
much. All right.
I totally want it because I'm going to defend this because you could spend 50 hours and still put out some McDonald's type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So whether you spend 50 hours or whether you win by 100 points or you win by 1 point, as long as you get that win, that's all that matters. You understand me? So whether you spent 100 hours doing the shit or you spend an hour or 2 hours doing the thing, as long as you're winning doing it, that's all that matters. All
Uh,
right. Now
yeah.
there's
Okay,
people,
so
there's certain levels. Now there's certain levels. The same way it came. Listen. Let me tell you something. The same way that people were using when they were doing music and auto tune came out and all the R&B singers, oh, that auto tune crap, that's not real singing. That's not how you do music with the auto tune. That's cheating. And then guess what? Auto tune became like the biggest thing, right? Boom. Then now people want, they might not use the 100% auto tune, but they use things to tune up their voice. You know what I'm saying?
and I
The
think
same way.
we hear what you're saying as well. We understand that what you're saying from your perspective is this is just a new technology as we have had in the past, different
Yeah.
technology. And I
And
think
then
we
and
can
then and,
all agree to, uh,
So
I think,
let's take
I want let me
like for
can I add
instance.
something into this?
Go ahead, go
Just
ahead.
let me offer this. I think our brother that just left. So when I was in college, I created a program called TCCT, Touching the Community Through Technology. And what we did for my SIFE group, Students in Free Enterprise, was we targeted nursing homes and retirement homes, and we taught the elderly how to use things like set up a Facebook page,
mm,
how to use Twitter and Instagram. And initially, there was this fear that if I use it the wrong way, it's going to cause a whole lot of devastation in my life. AI is not necessarily like that. It is a tool, literally. It is your arms, your hands. It perpetuates what you dreamed you could come up with. And when in listening to him, I sort of felt like he was thinking, "Yo, it's going to replace me." It's not creative. It only becomes creative with what you put inside of it. If there's nothing inside of you, it can't pull something that's
Right.
not there from you. Now, it can pull from other areas, but at the end of the day, you are still the brain. You are
That's so
still
correct.
the driving force behind it. And some people do it well. I got a scholarship for writing poetry to go to college,
Mhm.
right? So when it comes to creativity, I have no problem with creativity. But there are other people who aren't as creative but more structural. So the stuff that they're going to create is going to be more functional. While it may not have all the bells and the whistles or the explosions and the flying, it doesn't take away from what they created. But as he was leaving, what he fails to understand is that because of his passion, because of his experience, because of how he's maneuvered in his career, what the product he puts out is going to be light years away from someone who just grabs the tool because of the stuff he's encountered and putting into the prompting or the ideas that he's seen at work and hadn't worked.
right.
I, and I, and I
And
and I
yep,
want to say my lyric. I want to say something. So in case Omar watches the playback, right?
yeah.
Omar probably uses these digital cameras that are out, right? So what if somebody from the old school that used to, oh, we had to go in a dark room to develop the photos. We had to use actual film. We had to use the old school film. That's how we came up and did the stuff. That's the real Michelin chef. You know what I'm saying? And then Omar's gonna look like McDonald's now because he's not doing it the way the OGs did it. It's evolution. The same way we had the typewriter, and then came out the computer, and then came out the laptop, and then came out the iPhone. It's evolution. And you got to get with it or get lost. You know what I'm saying? There's no wrong way. Listen, if you want to develop your film the old school way and go in a dark room and all of that, or if you want to use a digital camera and then go and enhance the photo on Photoshop, or if you want to take the photo instead of using Photoshop and you want to go on Chat GPT to enhance the photo, that's on you. As long as the end product is amazing, that's all that counts.
Yes, thank you so much, Snap. I appreciate you for that. I want to go into our skills, tips, and tricks. So, as you guys know, I've been taking these classes, and to be honest, I don't know what you guys feel about this, but I went down the whole YouTube university thing, and YouTube still didn't teach me what I learned in the classes that I'm taking, to be honest. I didn't know about how to lock my characters, the seed, about how important the workflow was. And I think that was a major turning point for me because you do have to spend money on these credits to use AI. It's not like ChatGPT and Claude. Yes, that's $20 a month. You typically don't need any more than that. But with um, Mid-Journey, with Kling, with Hicksville, Cdance, all these different apps that you need to produce great video, they charge you in credits, and you can use up, I mean, 600 credits and not be able to finish your entire video. And so it's really important. I think someone said it in the chat that you have to master prompting. Um, And then you have to also understand that tool. So learning the skill, if you're going to use Hicksville, there's so many different free um, lessons on each different platform that you can go. You can learn the platform CapCut, because once you render your video, then you have to take it someplace and have it edited, whether or not you're going to use Adobe or CapCut. So can you guys give us your tips and tricks in terms of your workflow? What do you use? What are your favorite tools? What does your workflow, excuse me, look like? And did you do YouTube University, or did you choose to take, I know those are three different things, or did you choose to take a course? And I want to start with Paul.
So I didn't take a course. Um, I just sat down and I learned it. The way that I set up things is if I'm connecting videos together, I don't even use CapCut. I'll use Canva. Canva will allow me to connect videos together. It'll allow me to edit. It will allow me to add things in. If I'm building out of HeyGen, I'll let them do the initial setup, and then I go into their studio feature. It will allow me to add people in. It will allow me to change the images that they created. It will allow me to custom. So I'll make something in Canva. I'll pull it over into maybe a HeyGen. So it lets me show what I want to show. I use Mid-Journey to lock in my characters, because they'll ship out the characters that you create, and I'll hold them in a folder. I'll use Cling to create clips if I need to. For prompting, what I do to preserve on credits is I'll identify like Claude or one of the other ones, and I'll flush out my whole idea there. And then I'll make Claude generate prompting for me, and I can make the corrections there before I go into a building engine. And once I put it in the building engine, I'm not spending a whole lot of money on credits because I've already done all my fine tuning and other platforms that let me flush out things, that let me generate small video clips that allow me to, like, I'll use a super cool And Super Cool will allow me to create images and videos so I can see what the pattern's going to be, and then I punch it into to the flow through a Chat GPT or a Claude or a Base 44, and then I'll push it into a generating engine to generate the products that I want.
So, I wanted to ask, since you mentioned, do you use Base 44 for your apps? I know I've made apps from Base 44.
I've used Base 44 for a few of them. I've used Replit for a few of them. I use a couple of other places for to build apps. But I mean, like he said, it's based on your creativity and your ability to flush out the hard places. Because, like, if you're just doing something generic, a Base 44 Rippler to do it. But if you're getting into it where you want a database, you gotta use Superbase. Or if you want your email stuff to be automated, you're going to use Clerk. Or if you want, you
Flutter
have all of
Flow.
these other, yeah, you have all of these other backend flows that are necessary if you're building something that's going to be substantial, that can last for the long haul. But if you're building something simple, just a few prompts will put out a product that you can share. But if you're building something that's going to be enterprising or have the ability to scale, it's going to require some other pieces on the back end. If you want to tie in your payment component with Stripe, it's gonna require you being able to navigate those back end pieces so that your front end matches the back end. So when the customer gets it, it holds its water. But Chat GPT, Claude, all of the other ones will help you do those things, but it may take a little more time to do it. But
Right.
at the end, you'll have the kind of quality that you're looking for.
So drop in gems, you guys, for you actors that are on DPs, film, entertainment. I know Kennedy, I saw quite a few of you guys. Um, Apps are amazing. If you an actor, go into chat, go into Claude and ask it how you should build out your actors app. You can have an actors app. There are so many different possibilities with apps. Base 44 is easy. They have a free version. So that's one gem we just dropped, right?
Yeah,
Right,
and Clip
Paul?
B is good. Clip B is good also.
Okay. Clip V,
Clip B.
Clip B. Okay, that's a new one on me. There are a lot of them.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Paul. Okay, Snap, what does your workflow look like?
All right. Listen, if you didn't get anything out of whatever I said during this whole thing, I want you to get this. Number one, don't be scared. Number two, don't be cheap. Don't go for a home run when you haven't gotten a base hit yet. All right. There's Mona Lisa's, right? Work of art, Mona Lisa, right? And then there's a hood dude like Basquiat that just goes like this, did whatever he want, and people value it at 500,000. You look at a Basquiat painting, and some people look at it and be like, this is just somebody going like this with a brush and doing whatever he wanted to. Why? Because he had no fear and he knew his shit was hot, right? So don't go in there where you have to make the perfect thing right away, right? The reason why some people say, man, I don't like gambling, I don't like betting on sports, I don't like going to because they're scared. They're scared to lose. If you have a scared mentality, you're going to lose. The reason why there's successful gamblers out there is because they're not scared to lose. Oh, well, I'm going to get it on the next one. And I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? So when you go on these apps and you're seeing how much they're priced, you got to say to yourself, listen, whatever I make, it's going to be my art and there's beauty in the eye of the beholder. Yet you're not going to make everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be people that be like, man, that's slop. That's disgusting. It was crap. And there's going to be other people that say, wow, you did that? That's amazing. And you're only going to grow. So you got to type in your first prompt. If it doesn't go well, now you know what not to do. Type in your second prompt. Then you go and you build like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to win a championship when you haven't even started the first quarter yet. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem right now with a lot of us. It's get rich quick schemes. Rome wasn't built on an empire. They said Rome wasn't built on an empire. They say for a successful business, the first couple of years are all losing. You lose in your first years of opening a business. So why wouldn't this be the same way? So I want you to don't be scared. Try different apps. You don't like Hicksfield? Try this one. You don't like Kling? Try CDES. You don't like CDES? You just keep experiment. That's how Albert Einstein, Thomas Jefferson, all of them is trial and error, trial and error. Boom, until you get. They're trying to find the cure of AIDS. Boom, they keep trialing it. They have to keep going back to the lab. Oh, this didn't work. Let's go back to the lab. But if this is your passion and this is what you want to do, you can't be scared to lose because throughout that journey, you're going to win.
I love that, Snap. I love that so much. And Greg said, jump in the water, then find out how to swim. I love it. I love that as we are on our way to wrapping. I really do love that. What I heard you say in all of that is that we have to embrace this change. The change is here. It is not going anywhere. I don't care what you say, what you try to do, it is not going anywhere. And I think I talk to so many people because also there is a fear. I was at a Fulton County office the other day because with my nonprofit, we're partnering to do some things, help some people get into AI and film and entertainment. And I was told that there are so many layoffs associated with people in IT. And I never would have thought that. I'm going, what? And she said, yes, because they have not been trained on AI and they need to hire people who know how to manage AI because what the IT people are doing, the AI is doing, but they need someone to manage the AI.
Mm-hmm.
So I said all that to say, just as Snap said, if you were in, because I think Paul is in information technology or computer science, if you were in that, it behooves you to go and learn AI so that you could then be more marketable in the workplace because not only are you savvy and you have the background in computer science or technology, but you also know AI. So I thank you guys so much for sharing with us today. I want to open up. Oh, go ahead, Snap.
Okay, because you went into now a whole nother thing called the job industry, right? So I
Mhm.
got a buddy that drives Uber. He's like, oh my God, we're going to lose our jobs. They're not going to need us no more. The Waymos are out there, these cars that drive themselves.
Mm.
And I'm like, brother, do you know that they're going to probably need people that are going to control the Waymos? And guess who's
Yeah.
that going
Right.
to be? It's going to be
Yes.
you. You're going to control the Waymo.
Yes.
So now you're not going to have to be spending hours in the street messing up your car. You are going to be responsible for your own Waymo in the future, and you're gonna monitor the car. So everybody's going to be at home chilling. All the Uber drivers, they're gonna be chill. They're gonna be home, mom, driving the car. You can't think like that's what I mean. People always think the worst before they think of the benefit and the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want people to stop doing that. Stop thinking about the cons and think about the pros. Yeah, think about a con, but figure out how to resolve the con.
But
You
isn't
know?
that life though? Isn't that life though?
Yeah.
In life, there are so many negative things around us that it is simply easier to think about the positive so that you can um, generate more positive energy in your life. You know what I mean? We have to take this one step at a time, one day at a time. All we know is that we have today. And if we can control ourselves and how we conduct ourselves, I think that that is a start.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
I
that
think
we,
I I think
Mhm.
that we forget one very, and I guess it's part of human nature, is most people tell themselves no before they give themselves an opportunity to experience a yes. So
Mhm.
instead of you looking at something and saying, I can't, give it a try first, and you may discover your can't could turn into a can if you give yourself permission to take a chance on you. Always bet on you. You all you got.
Absolutely.
And if you don't bet
Absolutely.
on you, nobody else is going to give you a shot and give you an opportunity. You can't
Man,
be afraid to say, yes, I can to me. If let other people tell you no, but don't you tell yourself no before you've even given it an opportunity to take off and experience what it's like to succeed. People say, I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of not succeeding, but you're already doing that if you never tried. So you
Right.
can't be afraid of doing something you're already doing. What they're really saying is, I don't know how to handle success, or I haven't experienced enough success, and it makes me afraid that if I try for it, I won't get it. And we need to just pause and just put our hands in it and then let it teach us how to work with it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I want to open up the floor for any questions from our audience. Thank you, audience, for staying with us. We appreciate you.
woo!
Does anybody have any questions for our guests, for our panelists? You can put it in the chat or raise your hand. Do we have any questions? I don't see any. So while I say that, the tools
I
that we
have
talked
a
about,
question.
yeah, who is this? I'm sorry.
Sorry, my name is Contrell.
Hi, Kentrell. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm having trouble with the thing on here, so sorry.
That's
Um, I just had a quick question about so I'm an actor and children's author, and I wanted to know, like as far on the acting side of things, a lot of times they're using our image and likeness. Everybody wants our image and likeness in perpetuity.
Mhm.
Um, how do we get around that? Because that's not the safe part of AI. I understand that it has all these great benefits and everything to it, but that right there hurts us as actors because once someone gets a hold of your likeness and image in perpetuity, another company comes and buys out the project, and then you might see yourself on a billboard somewhere in New York, and you can't do nothing about it. You didn't get paid for it, so they're just constantly using your image. And I understand, like, I don't know. I just want to know how do you better protect yourself from that? Because you can't keep turning down jobs.
Can I say
So how do
something
you?
really quick? And I hear you. So you're saying that how can you as an actor protect yourself from someone else using your image and likeness in social media or a film?
Mhm.
So Matthew McConaughey, he just trademarked his image, like his self. That's one way to do it. Secondly, I think that we're going to see a lot less of that because, and I'm going to let Snap and Paul chime in. You can create your own characters. You don't have to take someone else's image and likeness. And I think we're moving into an era, and I've had this conversation before, where celebrities aren't seen the same anymore. I just was listening to an interview with Brandon Jackson, and he was saying, what is a celebrity now? Everybody's a celebrity because of social media. So chat is, you can build your own characters in chat. And chat will spit out an image for you. So you as an actor, I would just say, I don't see real people going away anytime soon. But let Snap
All
chime
right.
in.
So, my brother, for anything that you do when it comes to a project that's going to be making money, you're going to sign a release, and you're only going to and you're when you sign that release, it's just for that particular project. If you see yourself on a different project that's making money or something, that's a lawsuit that you can do right there. Now, as an actor, right? Me, I always wanted to play a superhero, right? But I'm too fat. I can't be a superhero. I can't even fit in the goddamn costume, right? But guess what? With AI, I can make myself have a six pack. I can make myself have them good looks to become Superman in the next movie. You know what I'm saying? There might be a movie called Next Friday, and they don't have a role for a Latino. They're only casting black people. Well, guess what? I can create a character, make myself a brother, and boom, I'm in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So now you could create your own casting agency versions of yourself and be put into these roles in movies that you want. But as far as your own likeness, listen, if somebody uses your likeness for something else, you didn't sign a release, you can what's that called? What's that word called? Sister desist, and get that thing taken down, and you'll be compensated if the project was worth enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I want to speak to my Latino brother real quick. The Fantastic Four had a big boy in it.
The thing, yeah.
Yeah, so
But
you don't
but but
have to
he
have
had
the
to be
six
made out
pack
of
to be
rocks.
super, my brother. You
He had.
already super.
You guys are silly. Okay, Sheila had a question. I'm sorry. Kendrell, did that answer your question?
Not as much, but I mean it's all
well,
good.
well, no, no,
I think you
control.
said something
You're,
a
you're
second
saying
ago.
how can you avoid the likeness? You sign release. Anytime you do a professional project, you sign the release, right?
Right. No, that I get that part, but I'm saying like right now, so I get that part, but I'm just saying like when you jump onto these projects now, there is a new thing with SAG. They ask you about your likeness and image in perpetuity. So what I'm saying is when
Hmm.
some like you said, I'm sorry, I forget. You said a while ago I can trademark my image. Now that right there helped because I'm like,
Right.
okay, I need to look into
Yeah.
trademarking my image,
Yes.
period.
Yes.
Um, but when you give it away to some of these companies, when they're asking, like, you signing on to the production company, you're about to shoot the film. They'll ask you in the contract, well, they'll tell you in the contract that your likeness and image, they own it in perpetuity. So they can do whatever they want with it after that, whatever they decide. So even if they sell it to another company, even if they sell that film to another company, now that company has your image. You already gave your image away. You've already done it. So
So
now
so
you might get paid off of this project that you've done already, but you won't get paid off if somebody else comes along and buys it from that company.
I
Well,
understand
can
what
I
you're
tell
saying.
you, it's
So
it's the same thing that if I had a friend of mine, and I won't say the name, but very huge production company that we all know. Typically when you get a contract as an actor and you go and do, say, let's you do a play, you get paid for that play, but they have filmed the play. Now the play is on Netflix, the play has been on Tubi, the play has been everywhere. You're not getting residuals from that. So
Mhm.
it's essentially
so
the same thing.
let me it's every contract is negotiation.
There you go.
Correct, correct.
And just as they're not afraid to give you a contract with their terms, Cantrell, you can't be afraid to give a counter contract with your terms, and y'all meet in the middle, bro. All money ain't good money, and
Right.
Right.
if you feel like not if you feel like because you know the value of who you are and you don't want to be taken advantage of, you may not get all of the opportunities provided for you, but as long as you pick the best opportunities that are provided to you for you, then that's how you win. My brother said earlier with the prompting, sometimes you're gonna take a loss or you're gonna lose some money. But if you keep pushing, at some point your wins are gonna outweigh your losses. And if
Yeah.
you see something in the contract that you don't agree with, sometimes you can't allow the need for money to be the driving factor as for you accepting the role. If they really want you, then they'll sit down and they'll readjust that contract to meet you in the middle.
Yeah, and
Right.
I want to add something to
Yeah.
that. Listen, there's while we're on our grind and we're not Denzel Washington, we want to be seen in as many things as possible. Once you Denzel, my brother, that's what that's when you can say, "Hey, man, I didn't authorize that billboard, but if somebody's gonna put me in a billboard for Times Square and I'm on my grind, see, that's the thing, man. Listen. You
I
ever
don't
heard
move
pay
like I don't
you
move like that though. I don't take
but
everything. I
you
just
ever
turn
heard
down
of
certain things that
you ever heard of paying your dues? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us did a lot of stuff for free before we did a lot of stuff for free on the grind before we even thought about even getting payments. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on your grind, my brother, get out there, get exposed because you can't expect to be Denzel, Michael B. Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And you have nothing to show for it.
I paid my dues, my brother. I paid my dues. I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with doing. I don't
So
have a
that
problem with
way,
paying my
so that
dues and
way,
everything else.
don't accept SAGs what they're telling you to do. You say, hey man, I paid my dues, I done my stuff. We're gonna reword this contract. You have a voice. So you should be able to say, hey man, I don't agree with this. If you want me in your project, we're gonna have to reword this out.
Yeah, I understand that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Uh,
thank you. Sheila, you had your hands raised. I want to make sure we get your question in.
Okay, yes, I wanted to know um, what now, Lopez. I know you are doing a lot with AI, so you don't need the locations and stuff. But I am a location, so I wanted to know: are people still looking for locations, or you think locations are gonna just disappear?
No.
They're gonna need locations to the end of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there's always going to be somebody that hasn't been to your location. You know what I'm saying? So as long as your location is unique, I mean, there's still people renting out white walls for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, locations are very valuable.
Okay. Well, just for your information, I have a 5-acre ranch with a private lake
Yes, Lord.
and 5 different structures on it. So it might be something of interest.
Yeah, and you know what, Sheila, um, as the times go, you said, hey, my ranch could be a facility for people to come edit, or hey, you don't have to, you just have to,
I was,
you have to keep transforming. So
yeah.
say, hey, nobody needs a lake. Well, they need some land. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to, as time moves on see how your property could be used for an advantage.
Yep,
Okay.
I was just talking about an editing studio to somebody because we Snap and Paul, you guys know that anybody can shoot something. You can shoot something, but what happens when you have the footage? What happens to the final
Yeah.
product? It has to be edited. Not too many people come out of film school want to be editors.
Hmm.
So there's a lack of even editors right now, guys. So if you guys are looking to get into it, learning how to edit and learning how to edit with AI. It's a lot of money. I was talking to a friend the other day. She said that editors in the US that they're paying for her company are making $1,000 per edit for
Wow.
60-second videos. That's what
Mhm.
she said to me. She said they're now looking at hiring people overseas because they are really paying these editors $1,000 per 60-second video.
Tell her talk
She,
to me. Tell her
oh, go
talk to me.
ahead. Sheila, you have another question? Okay. All right. If we
I
don't
just
have,
got to lower my
oh,
hand.
okay.
I had a question. I'm sorry. This is
Yes.
Lynn
Hey, Lynn.
King. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I'm sorry I was late jumping on the call, but this has been extremely informative. I like the differing opinions and different perspectives. I think I kind of fall right in the middle there with, I think that if you're using AI and it's not harmful to the viewer, I'm feeling like it's something that is a big deal right now, but eventually it's going to be in a rear view mirror as well, and something else is going to take its place. And just like the examples that have been given of things that look like they were going to totally monopolize human input, and it didn't turn out to be that, there's still going to be a place for individual creatives who want to use it as a tool, as it is. And but I would like to ask the panelists if they would all put their contact information in the chat. I would like to connect and, potentially see if there's any opportunities for collaborations. But this has been
Yeah, definitely.
extremely helpful. Thank you all so much.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much, Lynn. I appreciate it. Um, these
Lyric,
guys,
Lyric, can you write my IG down on the chat for me, please?
um,
And I also want to let y'all know, as to piggyback on some things. Um, I lost my brain of thought because there's so many things that we could talk about with this AI. Um, as soon as it gets back to me, I'll let y'all know.
also, I want to say I'm sending Lynn his information in the chat. But if you guys want to go, there is a website. My company is doing AI classes. There are a couple of instructors that are going to be teaching AI classes, Hillside. So resources for you is on website. I'm going to put it on here, creedfordreamers.com. And I'll put that in in the chat for you guys as a resource so that you can see what classes are going to be held here in Atlanta as it relates to specifically film and entertainment, as well as music. We've been asked to do music as well, so that will
I
be
want.
there.
I
Um,
want. Yeah, I'll
and
I'll turn on.
and without, did I get that? I'm sorry, Snap, did I get that right?
Yeah, you got my IG right. Snap is back TV.
Okay. All right. And Paul, you put yours in there. Okay. You got
Yeah, I
your
put my email in
email
there.
in there.
It'll come
Okay.
directly to me.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun, so informative. I am
I
so
love it.
appreciative that you all took the time out because you could have been anywhere to come on this forum and talk to us about AI. And I think the overall consensus is that stay positive, embrace the technology as much as possible because it is only going to advance.
Mhm.
And so I appreciate you guys. Did you all want to say anything? Is Michelle on?
Hi, Lyric. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, guys. My name's Michelle Taylor Willis, and I'm on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce. I serve as the VP of Film and Entertainment. And we just want to thank everyone who joined. I really want to give a special shout out to our committee chair, Sheila Mance, who was amazing, and our amazing committee that has grown exponentially over the last couple of years. Thank you, Lyric, for leading this. These conversations are really, really important, but we want to, just kind of remind you guys the reason we do these things is um, to use the South Fulton Chamber as a vehicle for resources and for our businesses that specialize in this space. The South Fulton County area is just abundant in resources, and the chamber is the foundation of a lot of that. And so, if you're not a member of the Chamber of Commerce, please look at joining. Kathy Hood, our interim president, I believe is still on. Kathy, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. If you want to drop the link to the chamber website, but resources like this and a lot of other resources surrounding your business are available through the Greater South Fulton Chamber of Commerce. So again, thank you all to everyone for coming on, and we will see you hopefully at our Film and Entertainment Forum that will be in the fall this year.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. We all, as a committee, assisted in making this happen. Also, again, just want to thank Mike. We kind of partnered and bounced ideas off of each other. And again, Snap, can't thank you enough, my brother. You know that we will still be chatting. Paul as well. I love the fact that Paul is in the youth space because there is so much that the youth can do with these tools. I already have my son. You can write a book. They can have their own series, book series, animation series. There is so much to be done. And for our community, we have to get on the front end now.
Yeah.
Now is the
Also, I
time.
just wanted to mention that if a company has a logo or a mascot, we can animate the mascot to be the voice for the company.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys get their information. It is out there. Thank you. Peace, love, and happiness. Go make it happen. Don't wait. You have
Yeah.
all that you need, all the tools that you need.
Don't be the last, be the first. Just like the stock market. You don't want to jump in when it's hot. You want to jump in when no one knows about it. So therefore, because when you try to jump in at the end, it's already too late. Everybody's doing it.
Let's
Be the
go.
first.
All right.
Thank you, guys.